On 2 cases of tuberculosis exposure in El Paso County. 13 staff members at Frank Macias Elementary test positive for tuberculosis. That's in addition to the 38 positive cases we told you about last week. The City Health Department announced the latest results this morning. ABC 7's Ashlie Rodriguez is live with those new numbers. Ashlie.
That's right, Estella. Today's announcement brings the total to 51. That's the number of people who tested positive for TB at Frank Macias. But it's important to remember no one has symptoms of active TB. But students and staff are not out of the woods just yet.
I want to emphasize that those that come back positive doesn't mean that they have the active disease.
In June, the health department identified 163 students and 8 staff who were potentially exposed to TB by someone at the school. Those at-risk people were a part of Group 1. Out of 158 students and 8 staff tested, 126 tests were negative, 38 positive, and 2 are still pending. Students and staff who spent less time around the infected person were called Group 2. Out of 15 students and 76 staff tested, 73 tests came back negative, 13 came back positive. The department says all the positive tests were from staff. 5 tests are still pending.
If your child tested positive, you can let him play with other children. You can, your family is not at risk at any point to becoming active tuberculosis.
Positive TB means they were exposed to the bacteria, but now chest x-rays and further testing will be needed to determine if the bacteria is active. If the tests come back normal, the person has latent TB. Latent TB can be treated with a 12-week antibiotic routine to ensure it doesn't become active.
Even if your child plays with one of those children that were tested positive, it is not possible to transmit the infection to other children.
Kids who tested negative will be retested again before the start of the school year, just to be sure. If anyone develops active TB, the health department will expand its investigation to a 3rd group of potentially exposed people. Rick, Estella.
Of course, we'll stay on top of things, and that's affecting Frank Macias Elementary. Meanwhile, the health department also released the TB test results from a Central El Paso halfway house. Dismas Charities is on the 7,000 block of Alameda near Escalante Park. They say 200 adults have been identified as possibly being exposed to an active case of TB at the facility. So far, 137 residents have been tested and 38 staff members. 155 are negative, 20 positive. 42 still need to be tested. The health department is also cross-referencing records to see if any of those patients had tested positive before. Our complete coverage continues online at KVIA.com with a video explaining what exactly TB is and how it's spread. Just click on the tuberculosis image on our homepage.
New at 5.